So good morning. So today's first lecture. First, as in we are not going to directly touch upon the topic. What is the first topic? In Indian. Obviously, we are going to start with Indian. Sequence would be like first Indian, then Western, then paper 1 is over. Then we'll start with philosophy of religion, and then socio-political. Paper 2 is over. Right? So what is the first topic in paper 1? I mean Indian, sorry. Charvak. Good. So you have gone through the syllabus. Yes? So we'll wait for the online folks to respond, whether I'm audible to them or not. Because already 1 or 2 minutes prior to the time. So people will not join. So any doubt till that time people join on the basis of the lecture that we had that day? Or you might have gone through something, any random doubt, because now this is foundation, it will go on at least for 4.5 months. So any doubt you have, you can obviously ask. No doubt? You gone through the syllabus? Okay, which part you felt little tough among the 4? Generally, syllabus is categorized in 4: Indian, Western, philosophy of religion, and socio-politics. Which part you felt? I'm not saying it is tough or not. It might, yes.
Some part of Western and some part of Indian, not all.
Okay.
Like in Western, futuristic philosophers like Wittgenstein and in Indian philosophy also NOW branch.
Little difficult to understand. Okay. Indian things. See, normally, broadly, like from the student point of view, as in someone who is learning it first time, from their point of view, philosophy is categorized into 2 things. From student point of view, I'm not saying, it's not some official category. One is some things which we are familiar with. You know, something like Brahm, Ishwar, bondage, liberation, moksha, mukti, nirvana, okay, Kaivalya Gyan and stuff like that. Or even for that matter in Western, you know, Aristotle, Plato, something we have heard. Okay. And second, yes, Mukesh, good morning, and just let me know whether I'm audible to you. I mean, on online. So, some things, and some things that seems very technical. That is also a problem. I mean, with all the optionals, that issue is going to be there. But in philosophy, some things it seems to be like Charvak philosophy. It seems like अरे बहुत easy है. In fact, sometimes you may feel that इसमें लिखना क्या है, तो सीधा common sense वाला बात कर रहे हैं, वही लिखना है. But as because this is proper examination and this is an optional and all that, obviously there has to be some technicality in your statements, in your answers. Okay, thank you, Mukesh. So, most important point to start off with, general for the philosophy optional, is first level, just try to understand and imagine what they are talking about. Okay, there are some thumb rules. Number 1, understand, and when we say understand, just try to agree to it. Okay, so understanding may, the whole syllabus I'm talking about. Normally, just listen to what I'm saying. There is nothing called notes here. It's the general talk. We discuss about understanding. Okay, that is conceptual clarity on revision. Do you remember that thing we discussed? Then writing, then interlinking writing, deliberating, and like that. Yes, good morning, Socrates. There is some person with name Socrates. Okay. Understand. So in understand, the most important thing is there are 2 processes. Understand means 2-pronged process. Number 1, agree, and number 2, disagree or critique. Or rather, I would say first accept and critique. By these two process only you will understand a thinker. In philosophy, that's how it works. If somebody is coming and telling you, this chair is the universal existence. So because because of our residual training, being an engineer or a doctor or commerce or science, whatever you have studied, scientific temper, 10th तक तो सब नहीं पढ़ा है. So because of that, we tend to say that क्या बकवास कर रहा है, ये कुछ भी something he will just create on its own and then start saying that it will. No. First step, till the whole points of syllabus over, just agree. Now agree means what? Try to accommodate the points to the most logical possible way. Accommodate, do not discard anything, because that discarding will be done by subsequent thinker. And then when you will read subsequent thinker, the critic, you will be like, yes, exactly, that's what I was telling. But the point is, now your syllabus, you understood how philosophy goes and you are clear with the syllabus. Okay. Like for example, Shankaracharya says, Brahm is the ultimate reality. Okay. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Charvak will say, this is useless. Let Charvak says, you don't say it. Because in paper also, even if you think it, don't write that I am thinking it. Obviously, you will not write the word, but it should not appear also. There are enough thinkers who have criticized others. So the thumb rule is, as long as you reading the thinker, be a devotee of that thinker, भक्त बन जाओ. ठीक है कि जो आप बोल रहे हो सही है, because faith है मेरा पूरा. Faith तो है ही ना, आप इतना faith तो रख ही सकते हैं. Like if somebody has qualified himself or herself to be part of the syllabus, फालतू बंदा तो होगा नहीं, इतना तो समझ सकते हैं. Even if Charvak for that matter, कुछ तो होगा तभी तो syllabus में. Otherwise, why would we discuss that person in the philosophy class at all? Yes, come. Why would we do that? Not possible. So this much, even this happens, as I said, with all other topics also. Still, I mean, be it GS and all, there are some thinkers and all here and there. You may criticize, but they are worth mentioning because at some point of time, those topics were strongly part of the academic culture of that particular topic. Like for example, RN invasion theory is almost discarded today, but still we have to study as a part of milestone, right? So though personally you have to be, what you should take it like is, how creative the thinker was. I mean, Plato, Aristotle, Buddha, Charvak, what all arguments they thought of. Okay, simple thing, but they will see the same thing from 4 different points of view. And we will be like, हमें ऐसा लगेगा कि यार मतलब from what all different points of view, the same thing can be seen. That's the beauty of philosophy basically. Philosophy का मतलब ही यही है. Normally हम lighter note पे बोलते हैं हिंदी में कि बाल की खाल निकालना, या मतलब such a minute things you are taking it, nuanced approach जिसको एक बोलते हैं positive language में, that even बाल की भी आप skin निकाल रहे हैं, इतना minute level पे philosophy जाता है. ठीक? So basic thing is this, and this is what exactly our main job in the class. Rest notes you will be anyway getting. In between also some dictation, you yourself also would be doing something in the class. I will also be asking something you to write. You will be asking questions. Now your questions and all would be for these two. And जिसका ये हो गया, because this is one time exercise in philosophy. If you understand once, revision is very easy. Obviously there will be some things that you don't understand, don't remember, that you can go back and read in the books and things clear. Because once that connection happened, okay, that is the way the thinker is talking. This is the approach the person is having. Okay, then I understood. When Hegel says, for example, I am saying, real is rational and rational is real. I don't know what is the meaning of this. Normally it may come to us like, real means what, rational means what is the use of the word is there, इतना तक linguistic philosopher उसको yes darshan, because today is live, so you will be able to access through this YouTube thing only, but you can, that the class will be again uploaded. Okay, now immediately it cannot be uploaded, so now you will see through YouTube only, and it will be again uploaded. If you want to watch it again, you can watch it once again. So now please be here only, it will be accessible from here only. Okay, so क्या बात कर रहे थे हम? Yeah, so the point is, what is the meaning of the word? And by the way, this is exactly how a philosopher thinks. Whatever comes in front of him or her, be it as a form of reality, some picture, or in the form of some statement. You know, suddenly you are saying that the sky is completely clean, blue, and the heavy rain is coming up. You will be like, the philosopher will be like, how can that be possible? What is the reason? You are not able to reconcile. No, fact is fact. The rain is coming anyway. You are sitting here, you can clearly see the rain, you know, the water falling like anything. But sky is completely blue, I can see from my window also. But philosopher agar hai, will not accept. Normally, ekdam, sun is also very clear. And month bhi aisa March, April ka chal raha hai, koi chance nahi is, like that. Then you know, and this happened also sometimes. When you go out and see, oh no, it's somebody is, you know, putting a lot of water on my this thing, what it is called, terrace, and it is falling as if, you know, from the window I am able to see that it was rain. So it was error in my knowledge, but I clarified. But the point is, anything that comes to you as a philosopher, you will question. In the same way, statement. Like for example, somebody will ask you, do you believe in God? Or do you think God is there? What do you think? Everybody has to answer, including the online folks. Good that there is silence, because that means you are almost on the way to become philosophy student. Silence means you're thinking, you're not able to express. That's correct. Otherwise, God to hai, वो तो फिर religious person हो गया. God तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, atheist हो गया. Philosophers can never be either theist or atheist or anything. At least as a student, unless we do enough analysis, and you will be surprised. Okay, slight digression, will come back to this question because I would like to hear from everyone. But let me ask you, what do you think would be the proportion of philosophers who are atheists? Our syllabus only, forget about general. Out of 100 philosophers that we study, paper 1 I am talking about basically, how many percentage would be atheist? Majority atheist or theist? Majority ideally should be atheist. No, Sharan? Majority atheist होंगे या theist होंगे? I am asking, okay, I am not asking on the basis of what information do you have. I am asking on the basis of what logic you put. That somebody who is thinking all the time, okay, analytical thinking, blah, 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 philosopher. Because see, nobody just who comes and tells story is a philosopher. Come on, philosopher has to have some, you know, logic in it. So how many would be atheist? Why? That is the problem. See, उन्होंने क्या बोला है? Don't tell me. Like I asked him, somebody who is asking question, I think all the time, would people would be like philosophers naturally most likely would be atheist or theist, and what percentage it would be? Normally I'm asking, not because I have read XYZ, he was theist. I'm not asking that. philosopher as a person, philosopher should be atheist on an average. Darshan is saying probably all are atheist. Very good. Mukesh is saying, I think theist. Okay. So you are the only person who left. And now Sharan.
कुछ ना कुछ तो होना चाहिए बट गॉड इज आल्सो तो क्रिएटर रिलेटेड सारा उसमें आना चाहिए
Okay.
गॉड में बिलीव करते हैं तो उसका जो गॉड में बिलीव करते हैं इधर के फिलोसोफर होता है ये फिलोसोफर को डिटेल में जो देखते हो कि हुआ है ये क्वेश्चन बट अगर कोई क्वेश्चन कर रहा है इसका मतलब वो इस स्टेज में है कि है या तो आई थिंक की मेजॉरिटी ये डिप्रेशन और तो
इसमें क्या है, जैसे वेस्टर्न में आपको ज्यादातर एथीस्ट मिलेंगे, एथीस्ट, बट यू वुड बी लाइक नो, सी देयर कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ गॉड इज नॉट थीस्टिक. समझ में आ रहा है? थीस्टिक गॉड इज डिफरेंट एंड अल्टीमेट रियलिटी इज डिफरेंट. ब्रह्म, शंकराचार्य ब्रह्म, is Shankaracharya theistic? I mean, Advaita Vedanta theistic school? No. It is not theistic also. Because there is some ultimate reality, but it is not theistic in nature. Now you will understand. That's the reason I'm saying. What theistic means, we'll see. Typical efficient cause, creator, sustainer, destroyer kind of God who can actually give some, blessings and can interfere in your life to make it better and things like that. In Indian, there are also major chunks are atheist. If you see that way, or I would say non-theist. Like heterodox schools anyway non-theist. Shankaracharya is also non-theist. Mimamsa is also non-theist. I mean, not atheist per se. So typical theist school, some Vedanta schools like Ramanuj, Madhvacharya, they are typical theists, like God is there and it needs worship and bhakti and all that. Because philosopher and Western philosophy mostly atheistic in this context. And especially after Hegel, everybody is atheist. Okay, what would those who know, I'm asking, what would the name or what would be the tag Kant should be given in this respect? Those who know, those who don't know, it's okay, just listen. No, agnostic. Okay. Most of them will be atheist because the proof is not there of its existence, but some philosopher, yes, you're right, Socrates. Good answer. Like what we said. So most of them are either atheist or non-theist. Because typically theism means somebody who accepts God of Christianity, God of Islam, God of Hinduism, God. So they're theist हो जाता. Okay, वो philosophy of religion में हम देखेंगे because there is this concept called, there is this topic called religion and God. Syllabus के paper 2 में एक chapter है, I think 6th or 7th, religion and God. So there, or religion without God, sorry, the concept, the title of the syllabus only in our UPSC thing, religion without God. Possible है? Anyway, अभी वो उस पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. But the point is, I was just because it came. Yes, Poonam, it is majority atheist. Anyway, so coming back to the point. First, just agree. Try to accommodate the argument of that philosopher in your logical mind. Obviously, there will be some discomfort because if it is not logical, if it has some lacuna, then as I said, other philosopher will come and do it for you anyway. Right? Any doubt till now? Now, let's move to the Indian philosophy as we are starting it. This was just a general thing. Any doubt if you have, you can immediately ask, no need to wait for the end, because others also get benefit out of it and the discussion also can be done on. So Indian philosophy. As far as our syllabus is concerned, there are two groups how Indian philosophy is classified. Basically three groups, but the third is part of the second group also. I'll tell this how. So Indian philosophy is generally seen from two point of view. Because what happened when the philosophers started coming up as a philosophy, before that only the Ved and Upanishad was already established. So there is already some very strong, powerful literature available. So on the basis of now what you are going to say as a philosopher would be seen from that lens. Like that it happens. No, like are you a classical physicist or a quantum physicist? On the basis of whether you agree to what Newton said, like that. Schools. Okay. So Indian first is Astika school. This you might have heard. Second is Nastika. Right? Astika means, yes. So Veda as authority. Accepting Veda's authority, not believing in Veda. Both are almost same but not exactly the same. And here rejecting or not accepting Veda's authority. Right? How many fellows here? Six fellows here. How many? Who are the six fellows? Okay, how many fellows here? Three fellows. So in Nastika, the word in normal English is called heterodox. Heterodox schools, and this is orthodox. Basically, the traditional, paramparic. Orthodox is rebellious, new. So who are the three fellows here? Charvak, Buddha, and Jaina. Yes, very good. यहाँ पे कौन है? Very good. Sankhya. Generally Sankhya, then you should immediately write yoga. They are brother. ठीक है? Then न्याय, वैशेषिक, and then Mimamsa and Vedanta. Syllabus, as far as syllabus is concerned, only one thinker is left. Who? Yes. If at all you are asked, where should you put Aurobindo, where would you put him? Nastik. No idea, no problem. Why Nastik? What is the meaning of Nastik? It's very, very clear, not just in philosophy, but also in your art and culture. The word Nastic clearly means the one who is not accepting authority of Vedas. Now, because of the time, the meaning of the word has changed to, Nastic means atheist also. Sometimes we use this. The person is Nastic means basically atheist. But in our context, philosophy context, Nastic means somebody who is, see the word, okay, अच्छा वो आपने एक चीज पूछ लिया. Nastic is Sanskrit or Hindi word, Sanskrit, Hindi, whatever you call it, right? And heterodox is, orthodox is English. Now, why didn't they write Astic, atheist in Nastic? समझ में आया? नहीं, क्वेश्चन समझ में आया? Atheist means somebody who clearly says that there is no word, and that's what we say in Hindi, Marathi, or this thing as Nastic. So, is Nastic word for atheist or Nastic word for heterodox? It's very important, because heterodox के लिए नास्तिक यूज होता है, एथिस्ट के लिए अलग वर्ड यूज होता है. What is atheist? Normally, what is atheist? Yes, very good. And what is theist? The opposite is theist. Okay, what is the word for God in Sanskrit or Indian languages? I mean, Indo-Aryan languages. There are many words, but Deva. ठीक है, very good. ईश्वर. ठीक है, then परमात्मा to some extent, ठीक है. भगवान. So whenever we use word theistic, atheistic, theological, God, English word God in our philosophy, the replacement or the word that we should use in our this thing is Ishwar, not anything else. Deva is not Ishwar. Deva is not God. Deva is deity. Very clear. And of late, people are also getting clearer about this. That's why Deva is deity, like some unit through which things are worshipped. Deity. Deity is the word. Ishwar is the word for God, the concept of God. Because God means, the moment you use the word God, it is like creator, sustainer, destroyer. Somebody can listen to your prayers, somebody can grant you some wishes, somebody can bless you. Most likely personal, कोई person types बंदा बैठा है वहाँ पे, इस type का. So that kind of imagination, if it is, the word should be Ishwar. So atheist means Ishwarvadi. Okay, sorry, Nirishwarvadi, and theist is Ishwarvadi. So Nirishwarvadi and Ishwarvadi, not Astik Nastik. समझ में आया? Be clear, clear about this. And जब क्लास से जाएंगे तो सबको बताना कि आस्तिक मतलब ये नहीं होता, मैं बता रहा हूँ ये होता है. And they'll go back to the dictionary and Google. They will be surprised to know that you are right. Because normally what we do, अरे वो नास्तिक है, निरीश्वर है, निरीश्वरवादी है, और निरीश्वरी है, जैसे भी आप बोल दो, कोई इशू नहीं है. बट नास्तिक कोई है तो जैन भी नास्तिक है, चारवाक भी नास्तिक है, बुद्धा भी नास्तिक. नाउ कोइंसिडेंटली ये तीनों एक तरीके से निरीश्वरवादी भी है. बट प्रॉब्लम इज नाउ, जैनिज्म में दो देर इज नो गॉड पर से, और दे डोंट बिलीव इन एस्टेब्लिश्ड गॉड्स, बट दे वर्शिप वर्धमान महावीर एज इफ ही इज गॉड. स्टेच्यू होंगे, उनकी पूजा होगी, अगरबत्ती होगी, सब होगा. महायान बुद्धिज्म ऑल्सो सेम सीन. यू गो टू चाइना, जापान, ठीक है, एंड कोरिया. So whatever Buddhism we have there is a Buddha statue, and people will go and flowers and things like that. It is, and Buddha will do good things type scenario. So they are also kind of, they are to some extent, and for all practical purposes, they are Ishwarvadi also, Nirishwarvadi also. Theoretically, they reject any god as a philosophy, but when we study them in philosophy of religion, the Buddhism and Jainism as religion, they have developed themselves into almost like a Ishwari school, Ishwari kind of religion.
जब हम ऑप्शन में ऐसा लिखते हैं कि what Buddhism said, तो बुद्धिज्म के जो ब्रांच है उनके हम उनका ओपिनियन लिखेंगे. बुद्ध एज अ पर्सन व्हाट सेड वो तो नहीं लिखेंगे.
वो पेपर 1 में. Buddha as a person, see, Buddha as a person is the pioneer of the philosophy. So उसमें भी क्या है, बुद्धा, जैन एंड इवन इंडियन स्कूल का एक खासियत है, all the schools have both the aspects, as a core philosophy aspect, as a religious aspect. Everybody has it. So Buddha, what he said as a philosophy, वो हम पढ़ेंगे पेपर 1 में. पेपर 2 में Buddhism as a religion, how it is evolved into पेपर 2. समझ में आया? Connect, and they are connected. You will be also knowing how these two things got connected. So Buddha as a person means obviously Buddha he himself is a philosopher. We study in paper 1, I mean not as a religion but as a school of thought. So ये जो अभी हम लिख रहे हैं इंडियन फिलोसॉफी है ये. So school of thought है. So सांख्य school of thought, yoga school of thought. Okay, now you will be surprised to know, I think last time also I had talked about this, I don't remember, though they are astic, this fellow is Nirishwar. Even this fellow is Nirishwar. And even to some extent Shankaracharya is also Nirishwar, but it's not Nirishwar, it is परमात्मावादी. तो वो थोड़ा अलग मामला हो जाता है, थोड़ा अलग वेरिएंट. वो देखेंगे हम, मैं ऐसे क्यों बोल रहा हूँ. Whatever you doubt you might have, हर चीज क्लियर हो जाएगा. So that's how our syllabus goes. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 2, chapter 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I was asking, where would you put Aurobindo? So where would you put Aurobindo? You said here. You said here. Where would you put Aurobindo? Here. Yes, because he never rejects the authority of Veda, rather he works upon or extends or take it forward, whatever written in Upanishad. And in fact, he is a neo-Vedantist only. The term used for him is neo-Vedantist, like new version of Vedanta only. तो आस्तिक ही है, ठीक. बट क्लासिकल स्कूल्स में जो इसको, ये 6 लोगों को षडदर्शन बोलते हैं. षड मीन्स 6, एंड इनको जो मतलब हेटेरोडॉक्स के लिए हम क्या बोलते हैं, नास्तिक स्कूल बोलते हैं. 3 नास्तिक स्कूल, ठीक है. यस दर्शन करेक्ट, आस्तिक स्कूल ही से. ओके, नाउ कुछ अभी कुछ समझ में आ रहा है या फास्ट जा रहा है, ठीक जा रहा है? बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इनिशियली 3-4 lectures you should let me know your speed also, because foundation means everything has to be, possibly everything has to be clear. Like the moment you go back and read book today तो इतना कुछ नहीं है, इंट्रोडक्शन ही है, बट जब भी the particular topic, you should be able to understand each and everything that is written in the book. That much clarity, all the questions you have, please ask in the class. ठीक. Now, if you, okay, Indian philosophy में, you know what is the word themselves they use for Indian philosophy, or philosophy for that matter? Indian philosophy is written in which language? Originally written by all the thinkers. Yes, mostly Sanskrit, only these two little bit different. But again, majority literature is also, Buddhism literature is also Sanskrit, and Jainism literature otherwise in Prakrit, but again, major literature is metaphysical, philosophical literature is also in Sanskrit. Rest all is Sanskrit only. So, okay. So, what is the word for philosophy in Sanskrit? Darshan. Very good. Darshan would already know because his name is Darshan. Okay. So, darshan. Now, what is the normal meaning of darshan? The word darshan is coming from the word drishya. So, drish. Drish means vision. Okay. So, basically, darshan is about vision, able to see things. Now, the word darshan or see things is used because seeing is considered to be the most what? Most certain. Like whatever you do as far as your knowledge is concerned, which sense organ you believe the most or use the most? Eyes. Even the phrase is अपनी आंखों से देखते तभी मानेंगे. क्यों? काने से सुनेंगे तो नहीं मानेंगे. सुनी सुनाई बात is something not very confident. देखी हुई बात. So basically to be one or try to have closest possible experience of the ultimate. That's why darshan. जिसमें certainty इतनी हो जितनी आंखों देखी चीजें की हो. That's why darshan. And yes, this is the word. Basically, the word here should be closer. The closer word is realize or realization. That's why the word darshan. Philosophy is very superficial, intellectual kind of word. Knowledge. I want to know or I want to understand. And that's how their philosophy also goes. If you see, we'll see Western philosophy, how it is only heavily intellectual only. They have, perhaps nobody had the experience the way people here had. And somewhere the role also is that of the language. In fact, language was developed. Sanskrit language was developed to successfully discuss philosophy. Otherwise, to discuss day-to-day things, we no need to write Sanskrit language. Like which language, the legal language, the constitutional language is specifically developed by the thinkers so that no confusion happens when the case is discussed. That's why, and that language always seems to be very tough and useless language. Like, legal language कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. Why? Because administrative language. Even if it is in Hindi, गवर्नमेंट का कोई ऑर्डर पहले बार में समझ के पढ़ के समझ के दिखाओ, नहीं समझ में आता. यूपीएससी का नोटिफिकेशन समझ के दिखाओ पहली बार में, नहीं समझ में आता. बिकॉज द रीजन इज इट इज दीज आर स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड लैंग्वेजेस with a specific purpose so that no confusion should come up later once you start discussing about it. ओके ऐसे करने से साउंड ब्लर हो रहा है. ओके I'll try not to I'll try to avoid that. So yes, so basically that's why darshan. So the philosophy, Indian philosophy basically takes a step forward, that not just to know intellectually the reality and stuff, but also try to witness it straightforward as it is. Right? Now, okay, you might have heard, so you understood why the word darshan is used. You might have heard something like the word called purushartha. What is purushartha? What is purushartha? How many purusharthas there? This is art and culture, by the way, not philosophy yet. But these words, because the terms that we are discussing today will be used again and again, like basic words, all the time used in Indian philosophy. You don't know? Okay. You might have heard, I know. Okay, I'll give you a hint. There are 4. Yes. Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Now tell me the meaning. What is Artha? Basically money, broadly. What is Kama? Yes, pleasure or enjoying life types. Moksha, liberation, mukti. And what is Dharma? Basically ethics, morality, and how you will conduct yourself. Basically these are the 4 things every human being should strive for. Be dutiful, be righteous, sahi galat ka morality basically. Earn enough so that you can sustain. Enjoy your life to the extent possible, and try for moksha. Now what is purushartha means? Ultimate goal. Purusha here is human being. Artha is meaning, purpose. So 4 purposes of life, 4 points in life to be focused upon, and that's what we do. Yes or no? Do you do anything else than this in your life? Everything that mentioned here you do in your life? Yes. Okay. Okay. Charo. No, I'm saying you conducting your life is according to which and how many 4 among these. That's what I'm asking. Yes. So basically, for all practical purposes, इतना ही करते हैं हमारा. Because okay, have you done anything keeping in mind कि नहीं यार मोक्ष के लिए थोड़ा एफर्ट मारना पड़ेगा? अर्थ के लिए एफर्ट तो मारती हैं, काम के लिए भी एफर्ट मारती हैं, धर्म के लिए भी एफर्ट मारती है. लाइक यू हैव टू फॉलो समथिंग, यू हैव टू एग्री अपॉन समथिंग. इसके लिए एफर्ट तो नहीं, वो तो देखते हैं बाद में. यू नो दिस जनरली बाद में वाला मामला है. लेट अस सी लेटर. हाँ, टुमारो. इसके लिए नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन डिटैच क्यों हो रहे वो आपको आपका कारण होगा, क्योंकि दैट डिटैचमेंट वुड हैव गिवन यू सम पेन. Sorry, attachment would have given you some pain, so you want to detach now. 4, very rarely the 4th thing we do. In fact, and that is the most debatable thing in the whole of Indian philosophy, because nobody has any doubt in these 3. Yes, everybody says that there has to be dharma, there has to be artha, there has to be. This is the most, and in fact philosophy का पूरा stuff ही यही है. अलग अलग तरीके से एक्सप्लेन हो. यस. Is it really that what I should do as the best possible to me, or what I should do, what is morally correct? No, righteousness is the word for this. So being truthful. Now truthful to yourself. See, you know, वो हम कांट में भी पढ़ेंगे. Being moral is not always against me and for someone. That's what our perception is. We are ethical or moral for someone else. Otherwise, I would have done this, which is good for me. That's what our perception is. Yes or no? No. If it is no, let me know it is no. Anything like, see, you want all the money in the world or not? There is some money lying here. I mean on the road. Somebody's wallet is fallen and that person just passed. You could see that person is going very fast in some hurry. Obviously, and nobody else is there. The basic thing is you just, take the wallet because I want money. I'm putting all my efforts so that I can earn money. Now I'm getting freely. What's the problem? But would you do it? Difficult. Unless you are really Gaya Guzra, you will not do it. You like call the person, try to give the wallet, because now the sense of compassion here, because if it was me, I would have expected that somebody could return it to me. So you actually do it for yourself also because you feel good about yourself. There is no sense of guilt. वो सब हम ethics में देखेंगे जब अगर ethics में आप हैं तो. Otherwise, यहाँ पे धर्म means a truthfulness. You cannot go beyond the dharma. Following the dharma also includes कि if something is naturally impossible, don't try for it. That is also dharma because it's a basic law. And basic law means to be with truth, to be with right. In that context, because in Indian context, dharma is generally taken in two perspectives at least. Three perspectives people can take it. One as a law of nature. Second, ethics, morality. And third, religion, rituals. In all the three contexts it is taken. Here it is taken in the context of ethics and morality and also close connection with law of nature. Okay, समझ में आ गया? So most of the philosophers in Indian things, most of the schools will talk about all four being purusharthas or all four purusharthas important, relevant, except all the people, all the Indian school of thought that we discussed in last slide. Yes, correct. Charvak will say this is rubbish. Only Charvak will say. Rest all will say no, all four are purusharthas. Then different connotation they will have their terms for this thing. But Charvak will say ये. We'll see. कल Charvak शुरू करेंगे ना तो देखेंगे. ठीक है? Any doubt till now? समझ में आ गया? चारवाक में दो टाइप है, सुशिक्षित चारवाक एंड धूर्त चारवाक. तो सुशिक्षित चारवाक धर्म को मानते बिकॉज दे नो कि मुझे अगर एंजॉय भी करनी है लाइफ तो बाकियों को भी एंजॉय करने देना है. उनका सिंपल लॉजिक है जो लगभग हम सबका है अभी जो क्रेडिट कार्ड पे जी रहे हैं. ठीक है कि एंजॉइंग लाइफ and that has been the message especially last 20 years also, overall floating in the air. एक ही जिंदगी है, जी लो. Yes or no? Have you heard this? मैं उड़ना चाहता हूँ. कौन सा मूवी है? यो फिलोसॉफी या मिलेनियल फिलोसॉफी. मिलेनियन फिलोसॉफी is nothing but Abrahamic philosophy, Christian and Muslim philosophy. Only one life, enjoy. The only thing is the second factor. Enjoy religions, there is also religious duty. We discarded that duty also because in the West it is being like that. Like everybody in this context is trying to be a American atheist citizen or American atheist kind of life everybody wants to live. Or I would rather say a atheist anarchic American everybody wants to live. थोड़ा डाइग्रेशन है बट इंपॉर्टेंट है, ऐसे वैसे में आपको काम आता है. यू नो व्हाई आई एम सेइंग एथिस्ट, एनार्किस्ट, अमेरिकन, 3 A's. गुड, अच्छा हो गया बातों में. आई विल टेल यू. एथिस्ट मींस गॉड वर्ड कुछ नहीं है. एनार्किस्ट मींस ये स्टेट वेट सब बकवास है, रूल्स नहीं चाहिए मुझे कोई. एंड अमेरिकन मींस मनी, मतलब रिच. कैपिटलिज्म रिच, आई मीन नो कैपिटलिज्म वो तो अलग थोड़ी बात हो गई. आई वॉन्ट मनी, सी आई वॉन्ट टू बी कैपिटलिस्ट और नॉन कैपिटलिस्ट, मेरे बैंक में पैसे दे दो बस. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. व्हेन आई से अमेरिकन, आई मीन टू से रिच. Everybody wants to be, or the aspirational things among the youth today is anarchist, atheist, American. Because these three qualities in one person is considered to be, most aspirational. You see what I'm try to recollect what you observe in even in India, elite classes, what they the children of elite classes, what they would like to be. Not all, obviously, not all, but I'm saying somewhere the society is becoming inclined to these things. And almost exactly is the typical Indian tradition. Garibi, like sadgi, whatever, simplicity, no pleasure, okay, and following the dharma. Now, when I say anarchist, I'm not talking about state only, I'm talking about any rule for that matter, rule bound. Everybody is like, no rules, no God, only money. So वो धूर्त चारवाक वाले सब लोग, most of the youngsters are becoming nowadays. Okay, there is one very famous, one of the part of very famous quote of Charvak where he says, "Ranam kritva घृतम पिबेत." रणम मतलब लोन, घृतम मतलब घी. बेसिकली वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, भले कर्ज निकालना पड़े लेकिन एंजॉय करो. नो नहीं, हाँ वो ठीक है, वो तो उन्होंने इंटरप्रेट किया वैसे. एंड सी इफ आई मीन नो, ये आज का इंटरप्रिटेशन है, उस समय का नहीं है. बेसिकली मटेरियलिज्म है. तो आप क्या खा रहे हो, क्या पी रहे हो, उससे उनका कोई मतलब नहीं है. उसमें दे आर नॉट सेइंग दैट ये मत पियो, वो मत पियो. वो तो इवन मटेरियल, इवन टुडे all the people that we are talking about, okay, that who believe in Charvaka's philosophy, they will also talk something like this. Okay, who would like to see, who would say, and who would come and tell you, okay, have this slow poison. वो तो assumed है ना. They use ghee because ghee is the epitome of wealth and enjoyment, and that is just in case, even if you require to take loan for ghee, take it. That's the point there. घी की जगह, नॉट जस्ट घी, ऑल द एंजॉयमेंट्स ऑफ लाइफ आर इंक्लूडेड इन घी. वो सिंबॉलिक है वो भी. नहीं, मंदिर में दिया जलाना और घर पे जलाने में दोनों में फर्क है. इट इज अबाउट बीइंग मॉरल. सो इन दैट लाइन फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विथ होप, बिकॉज इट इज टफ टू डू. But here it is natural thing to do. Anybody wants to enjoy. Enjoyment is like, see, typical basic evolutionary trait that we have. Everybody wants to have maximum possible dopamine, maximum possible serotonin and all the happy hormones. You eat, you drink, you do whatever, you will have the hormones, and every time everybody is running behind it. That's how we are. Addiction is exactly is this. So anyway, that is a different story. What they are trying to say is, even if you basically don't even bother about whether you have the resources to buy that, to the extent he is saying, not every time, he is saying अगर वो भी करना पड़े तो करो. You're getting the point. Indicative है वो कोई specific उसमें, that's the thing, is the point. Ghee, the word ghee no need to be analyzed so much कि why ghee, okay, then why not milk, why ghee? Because ghee is costlier than milk, and perhaps the costliest element that time maybe. ठीक है, वो तो इंटरप्रिटेशन आज की जनरेशन के लिए आप बोल सकते हैं कि, एंड वैसे भी घी खाओ नहीं तो और कुछ भी खाओ, क्या दिक्कत पड़ेगी. दिक्कत तो घी भी ज्यादा खाओगे तो भी हार्ट अटैक से मर ही जाओगे. सिंपल, आजकल वो तो प्रूव हो रहा है, ट्रांस फैट्स हो गए, ज्यादा हो गए तो मर जाओगे उससे भी. इसमें क्या है. शुगर इज द मोस्ट एडिक्टिव, मोर एडिक्टिव देन कोकेन. वो तो अलग डिबेट हो गया. मुद्दा क्या है, your main aim in life is to earn money so that I enjoy. That's all. बाकी सब वो ड्यूटी वूटी देखा जाएगा. मेरी समाज के लिए मेरी जो है, व्हाट इज माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स सोसाइटी, what is my responsibility towards the constitution and law and things like that. In that, as I said, there are two types of charvak. Sushikshit charvak say, no, you follow the social dictates, social laws, so that everybody can enjoy. Sensible charvak, little bit. Some are hedonist, means just enjoy, बाकी बाद में देखा जाएगा, क्योंकि मरने के बाद कुछ है ही नहीं. See, basic premise is this: भस्मीभूतस्य देहस्य पुनरागमन कुतः. पुनरागमन है ही नहीं, कहाँ है पुनरागमन? तो किस चीज की चिंता कर रहे हो कि इस जन्म में अच्छा काम करेंगे तो पुनर्जन्म में? पुनर् है ही नहीं, खत्म ही होने वाला है. तो ना, nobody is going to call you, nobody is going to ask you, nobody is going to punish you. Still, क्या दिक्कत है? And seems very agreeable. थोड़ा सोचोगे तो पता चलेगा. Anyway, ओके, आस्तिक नास्तिक हो गया. कुछ उसमें डाउट? हाँ, मैंने बताया ना, पुरुष मीन्स ह्यूमन, अर्थ मीन्स पर्पस, पर्पस ऑफ द ह्यूमन लाइफ. तो ये चार पर्पस. देयर इज अनदर वर्ड दे यूज इन ग्रीक, basically in English also. It's called summum bonum. Summum bonum was ultimate goal of life. The word summum bonum is like, हम बोलते हैं ना कि prima facie, okay, suo moto, like that the term is summum bonum. You use it in paper also, as it is the question also may come. Generally, Plato and Aristotle, they use this term first time. Summum bonum of life means ultimate goal of life. Now, in philosophy, if you remember in the last lecture, we discussed something. What is philosophy? What all subtopics of philosophy? Very good. Yes, very good. Rest directly important nahi hai. These are the most important in this thing. Ethics is also there. In Indian, ethics is relevant, but not like we understand ethics. It's a different thing. We'll come to it. Basically, these two. What is the meaning of metaphysics? Very good. What is epistemology? Very good. Right? Now, these are metaphysics, epistemology, they are English words, and from the English classification we are studying Indian philosophy also, because we are writing also in English, so that's how we will see it. In Indian, the moment metaphysics is talked about, there is the cardinal question, the most important question that all 9 schools or 8 schools for that matter has to agree or has to answer. Sorry, one question that all the 9 fellows has to answer. The answer to that question is called metaphysics of that school and epistemology of that school. You're getting my question? Their theory of knowledge, Indian, and their theory of reality depends upon answer to some basic questions. Like we have word theory of reality, that is in English. In the same way, we have something that is that much important in Indian system. Okay, I will come to it one by one. The most important thing, this is again general only, I am not shifting to any specific, but this is applicable to all the Indian schools of philosophy. So, one is theory of causation. Causation का क्या मतलब? Very good. Cause effect, cause effect, cause effect. All the science that we have studied till now, all the engineering is based on cause and effect. because if something is there means it has to have something, some cause, and to know that particular thing is to know its cause. इसके पीछे क्या कारण है, ठीक है? It is also called कार्य कारण मीमांसा. The word मीमांसा means analysis, अभ्यास, detailing. इस type का मीमांसा means that kind of word here. Same is the word when we use मीमांसा school of thought, अलग connotation में है, that we'll discuss it that time. So कार्य कारण मीमांसा. कार्य means, what is the meaning of कार्य in Sanskrit? What do you understand by कार्य? Work. Yes. So in philosophy, the word karya specifically means effect. Always, never work. In our science, this thing we use is generally work is something we do, or work is result of some process. In that context, work is also effect. समझ में आ रहा है? नहीं, सुना ही नहीं, लिख रहे थे. I am saying why work and effect is not a very different word. Because work means result of something, and result of something means effect of something. So technically the word कार्य in Indian philosophy is used as effect, because ये भी कुछ चीजों के something के बाद होने वाला effect. इफेक्ट को नॉर्मली हम क्या बोलेंगे संस्कृत में, हिंदी में परिणाम, बट परिणाम नहीं, यहाँ पे मीनिंग कार्य है. परिणाम का भी स्पेसिफिक मीनिंग है इंडियन फिलोसफी में. परिणाम इज, व्हाट इज द इंग्लिश वर्ड फॉर परिणाम इन संस्कृत और इंडियन फिलोसफी? Philosophy, not English language in our syllabus, because parinam is specific word. Parinam, transformation. That word will be used. In fact, आज भी थोड़ा सा पता चल जाएगा, इसी में होगा वो. ठीक है. कारण मीन्स सो कॉज एंड इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप का स्टडी और उसका एनालिसिस इज कॉजेशन. ठीक, समझ में आया? ये क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? ओके, नो, दर्शन इज सेइंग कर्मा. नो, karma has a different connotation. Okay, what is the difference between karma and karya? These words once clear. There is this word called karma. There is this word काम, word कार्य, and word kriya. Everything has different connotation, absolutely different meaning. Karma is not about any particular incident. What is karma? Karma. What is the meaning of word karma in Sanskrit? I mean, in the context of our this thing, karma, काम, कार्य, क्रिया. अभी बताओ, सेम ही लग रहे हैं ना सब? ओके. No, tell me, okay, tell me English word with respect to ours. Try to be as close to what we are talking about. You would be knowing the meaning anyway. What do you know the meaning? Chalo, okay, if I ask you karma, what do you mean by it in English? Please translate in English and tell me, what do you mean by karma? Okay, he is saying action. Anybody? Something else? Actions. Righteous action or only action? Action. Okay. Only action. Okay. Kama. In our context, I am asking. So, pleasure. Already explained, no? Karya. कार्य क्या बताया ऑलरेडी? Okay, no. Okay. See, you understood the question. Did I ask you what do you mean, or did I ask what it means in philosophical context? What do you mean? Okay, then okay, no problem. So, according to you, karya is action. Okay. Kriya. Now, why I'm saying this? This is the sense of clarity. Process. And what is prakriya? See, this is the reason the Sanskrit language is considered to be very scientific. Everything means something properly when it comes to philosophical understanding. Okay. Now I'll tell you one by one what it actually means in our this thing. See, karma means action. Perfect. But what action? External or conscious? Means when you do something. Deliberate action, basically. Discretionary action is karma. समझ में आया? Basically, the word karma is considered this kind of actions because on that particular action will be then morally judged later. So, karma not necessarily good action. It's just action because there is good karma and bad karma. So, good karma is ethical action or good action. Bad karma is bad action. Now, good and bad with respect to what? वो बाद में देखते हैं, है ना? Calm is pleasure, enjoyment. Enjoyment is also word there, no problem. Karya, we already seen the clear-cut meaning is effect, nothing else. See, we don't normally use this word karya, karyakarta. You know, karyakarta is somebody who does the activity. Here, karya is effect only. And this karya word is used along with karan across the philosophy, Indian at least. Okay, so never get confused with this. Karya karan means cause and effect. Because sometimes in the question paper they use the word karya, not cause, I mean effect. And kriya is, again, it is action. Okay, here one more word, voluntary. Here action is generally involuntary action. Means, जैसे we write पचन क्रिया, पाचन क्रिया, sorry, श्वसन क्रिया. So these kriyas are bodily activity, basically activities that happen. These are inside activities. Sometimes we come into this thing, we do Sudarshan Kriya. So these are also interfering in actual inside breathing activity. Okay, so these are called Kriya because you work internally, not externally. So Kriya, something which does not have any moral connotation. That's the point here. When you say Kriya, some activity which does not have any moral connotation, amoral activities, नॉन मॉरल एक्टिविटीज, जैसे आप ब्रीदिंग कर रहे हैं, तेज कर रहे हैं, स्लो कर रहे हैं, वो क्रिया है, ठीक है। और कुछ कुछ समझो एक्टिविटीज फ्रॉम इनसाइड एज अ मैटर ऑफ योर स्पिरिचुअल एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, तो वो इनसाइड है, ठीक। सो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, वैसे ऑल द फोर आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्रिया इज जनरली नॉट यूज्ड मच इन आवर सिलेबस। कार्य, काम एंड कर, काम तो anyway you know the meaning, so no need to get confused much. Kaam is like pleasure and all. These things should be very clear. Karma and karya. Karma means from the moral point of view whatever action. So law of karma means what? Moral law. Good karma, bad karma. And karya, effect and karan, that's different thing. Any doubt? समझ में आ रहा है तो नहीं तो पूछ लीजिए कुछ। आया समझ में? यस, करेक्ट, करेक्ट, कार्य हुआ, यस यस, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी यूज इट इन आवर नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज, हिंदी और मराठी में। कर्म करोगे, कार्य, सी देयर कार्य इज यूज्ड एज सम प्रोसेस, काम, आई मीन काम हम हिंदी वाला काम जो बोलते, हिंदी मराठी में भी काम बोलते, काम करना, बट हियर दैट्स नॉट द मीनिंग। कार्य इज इफेक्ट, कार्य इज ऑलवेज एसोसिएटेड विथ सम कॉज, कारण, ठीक। इफेक्ट वॉलंटरी नहीं, इफेक्ट इफेक्ट होता है, इफेक्ट आपका थोड़ी है, वो तो हो जाता है ना। आप पढ़ाई करना नहीं करना आपका काम है, सिलेक्शन आपके हाथ में थोड़ी है, वो तो इफेक्ट है। किसको? सी कर्म, यस, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू इट्स फ्रूट्स, कर्मफल बोलते हैं, कर्मफल सिद्धांत करके वही लॉ ऑफ कर्म। जैसे कार्य कारण मीमांसा है, वैसे कर्म फल सिद्धांत, नहीं सुनाइए, कर्म फल सिद्धांत मीन्स लॉ ऑफ कर्म। ये भी बहुत जगह यूज होता है। क्या है लॉ ऑफ कर्म, क्या होता है? व्हाट इज दैट लॉ? गुड कर्मा विल रिजल्ट गुड फ्रूट्स, good results basically, bad karma will automatic, and their cause and effect works. So that phala is actually effect, but here word phala, because phala it is in the context of this particular karma, cause and effect word used in terms of their scientific understanding है। तो if you see particular karma results in particular phala, in this context karma and phala are cause and effect, ओके। जैसे मिल्क एंड कर्ड, कर्म एंड फल, रेन एंड मड, सीड एंड ट्री। क्या क्या लिखा? व्हाट इज दिस? ऑल द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ व्हाट? यहां पे क्या लिखूं? यहां पे क्या लिखूं? यस, कॉज एंड इफेक्ट, और कारण कार्य। ज्यादा कुछ वर्ड्स नहीं है, ये कुछ कुछ ही वर्ड्स हैं, धीरे धीरे यू विल बी वेरी हैबिचुअल टू दिस। कार्य, effect is karya, effect is karya, because cause is karan anyway, you know, there is, we normally also in our अंडरस्टैंडिंग टिल नाउ, इफेक्ट कॉज इज कारण, वी नो इसके पीछे क्या कारण है, इसके पीछे क्या कॉज है, बट इफेक्ट मीन्स कार्य, नॉट परिणाम. नॉर्मली वी मे थिंक उसका क्या परिणाम हुआ, नहीं, उसका क्या कार्य हुआ इन दिस कंटेक्स्ट. हिंदी में नहीं यूज करो बट संस्कृत में वैसे है. तो कार्य मीन्स इफेक्ट. सो मिल्क एंड कर्ड कॉज एंड इफेक्ट के रिलेशन में है. कर्म एंड फल कॉज एंड इफेक्ट के रिलेशन में है. रेन एंड मड कॉज एंड इफेक्ट के रिलेशन में है. सीड एंड ट्री. राइट? कुछ डाउट है
थोड़ा सा
क्या, बताइए.
मिल्क और कर्ड का जो रिलेशन है एब्सोल्यूट वैसा हम रेन और मड का ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते, क्योंकि मिल्क से तो हम कर्ड बनाते हैं और रेन से तो मड हो जाता है.
नहीं नहीं, बना भी जाते हैं, वो तो डिपेंड करता है. मड का कारण रेन, आउटसाइड मड जिसको हम बोलते हैं, यहाँ पे मतलब एग्जाम्पल के लिए दिया है, तो उसका रेन कारण है या नहीं है. अगर जाएंगे अभी बाहर और कीचड़ दिखा तो क्या बोलेंगे, बारिश हुई है, हम नहीं बोलेंगे. ओनली थिंग इज इट शुड नॉट बी नियर बाय, इट शुड बी जनरली लाइक सब जगह मड कीचड़ हो गया, अरे शायद बारिश हुई थोड़ी देर पहले. यस, मडी रोड्स. सीड ट्री है मतलब उसके पीछे सीड होगा. अलग अलग टाइप है, उसके सब टाइप्स अलग है, लेकिन है सब कॉज एंड इफेक्ट. कोई डाउट इसमें?
इससे मुझे डाउट था कि अब वो हो गया डाउट क्लियर, पर मिल्क और कर्ड में तो हम हमारा भी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन
नहीं नहीं होता. देर आर, यू कैन कीप मिल्क, वो ऑटोमेटिक भी कर्ड हो जाएगा.
हो सकता है.
हाँ हो सकता है, ये सब भी हो सकता है. मुद्दा क्या है बेसिकली, ओके, व्हाट इज कॉज एंड व्हाट इज इफेक्ट.
तो ऑटोमेटिकली
नहीं, वो डोंट टेक दैट थिंग, ऑटोमेटिक हो कोई डाल, कोई उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करके, वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. ओके, टू इवेंट्स इनवेरिएबली कनेक्टेड टू ईच अदर in which one is proceeding and one is succeeding, cause and effect. You know, पढ़ाई is the cause, selection is the effect. Yes. Yes. So it's like something that happened before, something that happened later. Okay, one important thing that we can for sure say, that effect cannot be before cause. Can it be? Tell me anywhere. Can effect be before cause? पहले सिलेक्शन हुआ फिर बाद में पढ़ाई की. टेम्पोरली, आई एम सेइंग टेम्पोरली, टाइम में पहले और बाद में की बात है, नहीं हो सकता. एनीथिंग दैट इज प्रीसीडिंग शुड बी प्रीसीडिंग, एंड सब्सिक्वेंट दैट इज सब्सिक्वेंट. ओके, तो यहां पे जो हम बात कर रहे थे ये चीज, तो इट इज कॉल्ड कर्मफल मीमांसा, सॉरी कर्म कार्य कारण मीमांसा, थ्योरी ऑफ कॉजेशन. वो डिस्कस करेंगे क्या है. यहां पे है theory of knowledge, that is theory of praman, basically. Praman. Yes, phala is fruit. In Sanskrit also, in Hindi also. Yes, Socrates. Phala is fruit. In Hindi also, in like most of the Indo-Aryan, whatever it is, European, no? Indo-Aryan group of languages. Indo-Aryan, Indo-Dravidian, right? Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, these are Indo-Aryan. And yes, Indo-Aryan, Indo-Dravidian. So Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, these are Dravidians. So phala is the word there. Theory of pramana. Now here another important word to be focused upon. What is the meaning of word pramana? Normally what we understand praman means. Praman is proof, evidence. Praman also means standard. Pramana bhasha. Hindi में generally it is used like that. Praman means standard. That's why pramanik is something certified, yeah, true basically. In Marathi it is called, ईमानदार का word है प्रामाणिक. So basically truthful, true. यहाँ पे the word prama means true knowledge or valid knowledge. Like if you are sitting there and the AC starts leaking, okay, and मान के the window is open, so AC starts leaking and you are concentrating here. Suddenly you start feeling that ये बारिश कहाँ से आ रही है? विंडो तो क्लोज, बंद, विंडो तो ओपन नहीं है. But when you look out, there is no बारिश. Then you look up, then you get clear that no, वो AC से गिर रहा है. So for that 2-3 seconds, your assumption that विंडो से पानी अंदर आ रहा है was a wrong knowledge. समझ में आया? ब्रह्म जिसको बोलते हैं. The word called not Brahm. The word Brahm is different and word Brahm is different. Okay? Brahm is illusion. Or classic example is when if light is not proper, there is some rope, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, धागा, बड़ा वाला दोरी, रस्सी, it is lying down there, and because of fan or something it is moving. So from some distance you feel that it is snake, या फिर कोई भूत तो नहीं कर रहा है, ये भी लगता है सडनली, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. बट नॉर्मली अज्यूम करो कि वो नहीं है, तो क्या है, सम इल्यूजन, लगता है स्नेक है, यू फील दैट इट इज अ स्नेक, डिफिकल्ट, बट व्हेन देन यू put on all the lights and all, then it is clear that no, it is not a snake. But for that time being you get scared, अरे ये कहाँ से आ गया सडनली, लाठी ले लो. That is called wrong cognition, wrong knowledge. Okay, and it is not prama, it is called aprama, means invalid, wrong. Prama, aprama is the word, you need to remember this. Prama means valid knowledge. I am not talking about pramana, I am talking prama. अब प्रमाण तक गया भी नहीं हूं मैं अभी. So प्रमाण, प्रमा means valid knowledge. ठीक. Then what is प्रमाण? Connected ही होगा, it would be something connected to it. So source of valid knowledge is called प्रमाण. उस सोर्स से आया हुआ, समझ में आ रहा है? सो देयर इज दिस थियरी ऑफ प्रमाणा, मीन्स प्रमाण, every thinker will come up and tell you how many different sources are there through which knowledge valid आता है. So they will have their list of प्रमाण. प्रमा तो बहुत सारे होते हैं, चेयर दिख रही है, ये भी प्रमा है. फैन नहीं घूम रहा है, ये भी एक प्रमा है. घूम रहा था, स्लो हो गया, वो भी एक प्रमा है. आप मेरी तरफ देख रहे, मैं देख पा रहा हूँ, ये भी प्रमा है. यू केम फ्रॉम आउटसाइड एंड टोल्ड दैट सर इट्स रेनिंग आउटसाइड. मेरे लिए नॉलेज हो गया, नहीं हुआ? अज्यूम कि मैं ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, वो अलग बात है, उस पर बाद में बात करेंगे. बट एनीथिंग दैट एड्स टू माई नॉलेज, एड्स टू माई कॉग्निशन इज प्रमा. नॉलेज एंड वैलिड होना चाहिए ऑब्वियसली. वो कैसे क्या वैलिड होगा, उस पर बहुत डिबेट है. यू में से कैसे वैलिड मानेंगे? the whole debate वही है कि उसको कैसे valid, why to make it valid, on what basis would you consider that valid and all that. Okay, वो सब इतना भी टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं, ठीक है. So there is this theory of causation which talks about cause and effect, and there is this theory of knowledge which talks about this valid sources of knowledge, that is praman. 80% of Indian philosophy syllabus only those two things, and rest 20% is soul का bondage and liberation, पुनर्जन्म, मोक्ष, निर्वाण, केवल ज्ञान, ब्रह्म, blah blah. But majority, all the syllabus questions, 80-85% of the questions that you see will be from either cause and effect or from theory of Brahma. That's all. Indian philosophy is this much only. Now, obviously, every thinker will have his own variant and all. That's another story. They'll have their own terms. सांख्य है, ये है, और प्रकृति है, पुरुष है, जीवा है, सेल्फ है. उसको आप no need to worry about it now. As and when we study it, we'll understand. But point is, theory of Praman, the most important for every thinker, every school, and theory of causation. Right? ये दो आज हम briefly देखेंगे. ये इतनी बार repeat होगा. Every thinker we will discuss. Again, we'll discuss theory of causation, and during that we also need to discuss as to what other thinkers had already said. So it is revision in the class itself. So some words, some things you might be thinking, ये पता नहीं क्या क्या words आ रहे हैं नए-नए, इतनी बार बोलेंगे कि आपको एक महीने के अंदर ही रट जाएंगे. And provided you go back, read, you will understand everything. This is like a unsaid promise कि आज जाके आप कुछ पढ़ के आएंगे. कुछ नहीं, नेट पे डाल दो theory of causation, Indian philosophy, theory of Praman, Indian, पढ़ लो, क्या जितना समझ में आ जाए, नहीं तो नहीं आए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Because the things that you will not understand would be part of your questions tomorrow in the class. Sir, I read this, I did not understand, which is absolutely okay. Because then what will happen? Understand तो आप वैसे भी कर लोगे, but then your understanding process will be faster if you start working self-study also along with this. At the end, if somebody is taking 4 months, you will understand things in 2 months only. That's the difference, and that is very crucial for us, because after September, October, you have to again shift back to so many other things. Like you know this ethics also, so many AGS and all that, answer writing, blah blah. So try to be fast. Don't be relaxed. Whatever questions you have, please ask, but don't be relaxed. So let's first see this, what everybody has to say, and then we'll see what everybody has to say. This much is okay enough for today. Now, अभी तक कुछ भी डाउट है जो वर्ड्स पे कंफ्यूजन? देयर इज सम कंफ्यूजन, आई वाज थिंकिंग टू आस्क, बट डी के बाद में देख लेंगे, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है ना. ओके, सम थिंग्स यू माइट बी फीलिंग फोर्स्ड कि मुझे एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ रहा है, इस पे भी सोचना पड़ेगा. दैट्स ओके, दैट यू गो बैक एंड रीड द बुक्स एंड नोट्स, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. हाँ, समझ में आ गया. सो थ्योरी ऑफ प्रमाण, बेसिकली इट इज अ वर्जन ऑफ theory of knowledge, epistemology of Indian school, right? So basically, what is praman? Very good. Valid source of knowledge. Or it is also said as source of valid knowledge, ऐसे भी बोल. Okay, if it has to be very simple, they may ask it, what is pramana according to Indian philosophy, something like that. It's very simple wala. Both is indicated by the word pramana. Though these two different things, but still both can be used as praman. Like both the different meaning means the same thing for us. Okay, like for example, valid source of knowledge means ऐसा सोर्स ऑफ नॉलेज जो वैलिड है, तो फिर वैलिड कैसे हो गया? हम्म, नहीं, वो तो आप सी, पॉइंट इज नॉट अबाउट योर मानना, पॉइंट अबाउट दैट थिंग वैसे होना। सी उस पे हम आएंगे, आपकी बात गलत नहीं है कि ओके इफ एवरीथिंग इज वैलिड सोर्स देन व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ एरर, उसका भी एक पूरा थीसिस है, इसमें आता है वो, अभी आज तो नहीं डिस्कस करेंगे। ख्यातिवाद, ख्याति मीन्स एरर, सो व्हाट आर द रीजंस ऑफ एरर, आपका पॉइंट सही है। सो हाउ टू डिसाइड, how to decide things on the basis of valid knowledge, you will take action. What is the basis of that particular knowledge to be valid? There is this concept of swatah pramanyavad, paratah pramanyavad. These concepts are further detailing. For now just accept that something which is valid or not. वैसे तो ये even the rope and snake, like I am able to see this chair as yellow because of whatever reasons. Is it yellow? So but I am assuming and doing my life accordingly. Why? There is some error. Why? We'll see it later. Error and all detailing है वो. Sir, is it necessary to write the Hindi words and the bars you put above some letters during the answer? No, it is not necessary. First of all, Devanagari script not at all allowed, not just required, not allowed for you because you are English medium. So you should not write anything in Devanagari the way I wrote it. I wrote it but just sake of understanding. These things you should not write it in exam. Never. Even shlok also you want to write, never in Devanagari. लैंग्वेज संस्कृति है, स्क्रिप्ट देवनागरी नहीं चाहिए, ठीक। वन क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर, वेरी क्लियर। So Devanagari has nothing to do with our paper. Second question, he is asking about these things like karya, okay, or karana. So this is also not required at all. Okay, and this is a genuine question. Every time people ask, I have a habit, so automatically sometimes happens. Sometimes I do not write also. Okay. So that is the problem here is, I'll tell you, it's very simple. There is this, it is a standard, okay, international standard of transliteration. Okay, but anyway, there is this word called Shadadarshan. Okay, how would you write it in Sanskrit? Right? There is this word called Shankar. You'll write it like this. Now it's not just about writing. The pronunciation is also different. Sh is different and sh is different in Sanskrit. How would you write these two in English? Now, normal parlance, it's okay. But when it comes to very proper philosophical study, you cannot afford to have like this. For example, if you want to write Ram, you will write like this normally. But how would you write RAM then? Random access, RAM memory, ramification. So, this means and this A means Rama. The word normally in Hindi and Marathi we say Ram. But it's not word Ram. In Sanskrit, it is Rama. That's why A extra. You know Hindi in Marathi also? How would you pronounce it? How would you pronounce this? जोर से. First pronounce this and then this. Same? Same means we are doing same? नहीं, pronounce the whole word to me. दोनों एक ही है, बस म लंबा खींचने से नहीं होता. तभी तो मैं बोल रहा हूं कि the way we pronounce it, even in Hindi and Marathi, we pronounce it like this. Ram, Prabhu Shri Ram, right? But it's not Ram, it is Rama. समझ में फर्क? रामा नहीं, Rama. So that's why that extra, this A I am talking about. Otherwise I would have written like this, Ram. It is not Ram, it is Ram in Sanskrit. हिंदी में वो राम है, मराठी में राम है, वो जैसे ही रखो. But if it is about Sanskrit, it is, that's why you might have seen. Okay, this I was talking about. So what they have done is, we have sir, okay, we have sh, we have sure. So what they would is, sir is like this, sh is like this, and sh is like this. You will see it in books. Now once you see, they will, like for example, we have n, we have n, we have nya, and we have nga also. So, and everything is anunasik, that is everything is n only, right? Everything is n only, will write. Kaling. Then here, this, how would you use it? This na to be used along with cha, cha. No. Sanchit. Sanchit. This is Pandit. No, ड नहीं है वो, न्य है, न्य. वांग्मय में आता है, कलिंग में आएगा. See, you don't see, this is the thing. In Indian, a little bit digression, but ठीक है, इंट्रोडक्टरी क्लास है, क्योंकि मेरा पाली लिटरेचर भी था तो उसमें ये सब था. देखो हमारा कैसे है, फर्स्ट इज क क्लास, फिर च क्लास. इतना तो समझ में आता है, नहीं आता ये भी? हाँ, भाई क ख ग घ, क ख ग घ, च श ज झ ना, ठीक है. फिर ट, सॉरी, फर्स्ट त या ट जो भी है, फिर ट, और फिर जनरल मिसलेनियस. एवरी ग्रुप हैज वन अनुनासिक. इट इज क ख ग ng. That is pronounced like this, written like this. And the word is, for example, when you write, when you want to add this to these words, you cannot write n. So, for example, normally we write kaling like this, but here it is written like this, kaling, because g को न जोड़ा हुआ है. ठीक, वांगमय भी, because it is g का न, so this न should be used. च का न, this न will be used. त का न, तो नॉर्मल जिसको हम न बोलते हैं वो नल का, एंड ट का न. एंड ट का मीन्स ट ठ ड ढ में जो भी न लगेगा. इसलिए पंडित कैसे लिखेंगे? इसमें नॉर्मल न नहीं लगेगा, ये न ही लगेगा इसमें, क्योंकि ड को न लगाए तो न लगेगा. जैसे इधर क्या लिखना है, ये क्या लिख सकते हैं, जैसे अभी किसी का नाम है संदीप है, तो थ द आता है ना इधर, तो वो नॉर्मली हम कैसे लिखते हैं, जो भी है संदीप लिखते हैं, राइट. बट वो ऐसा नहीं है, ये ऐसा है, कहीं कहीं दिखा होगा ऐसे ही, दूसरी होगी द को वो छोड़ो। और जैसे क्लासिक यहाँ पे है, जैसे जैसे मैं बोला संचित, नॉर्मली हम कैसे लिखते हैं संचित, संचित कर्मा ऐसे लिखते हैं, वैसा नहीं है वो, संचित ऐसे होता है आइडियली, बट बिकॉज दिस इज ओनली रिक्वायर्ड इन कॉम्प्लेक्स संस्कृत डिस्कशंस, फिलोसॉफिकल डिस्कशन, नॉर्मली हम हर चीज में बस पहले डाल देते हैं, खत्म कर देते बात को, आगे कुछ नहीं डालना है। तो कलिंग हम ऐसे लिखेंगे, ठीक है, संचित ऐसे लिखेंगे, ठीक, संदीप ऐसे लिखेंगे, एंड पंडित ऐसे लिखेंगे, सी ऐसे ही लिखते हैं ना, सब जगह ये इस्तेमाल करेंगे बस, बट ये संस्कृत वाइज सही नहीं। एंड कुछ वर्ड्स हैं जैसे ज्ञ, इसको कैसे लिखेंगे, कि वर्ड ही अपने आप में नया है, तो इसके लिए वो ऐसे लिखते हैं, उन्होंने फिक्स किया हुआ है ज्ञान, दैट्स व्हाई आपने देखा होगा ज्ञान प्रबोधिनी नाम सुना होगा, जेपी बोलते हैं, पुणे में एक संस्था है, तो ज्ञान वर्ड ऐसे लिखते हैं संस्कृत। ये आपको पेपर, यू विल गेट दिस थिंग्स इन न्यूज बुक्स ऑल्सो एंड दिस थिंग ऑल्सो, ये ऐसे क्यों लिखा, या तो हिंदी वाले बोलेंगे सीधा ऐसे लिखो ज्ञान, बट इट्स नॉट द प्रोनाउंसिएशन, इट्स नॉट ग, इट इज ज्ञान, जो भी प्रोनाउंसिएशन होगा हमें इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं, बट उस समय हर चीज, बिकॉज संस्कृत इज वेरी हेवीली डिपेंडेंट ऑन हाउ यू प्रोनाउंस इट, दैट्स व्हाई दिस इज द होल ट्रांसलेशन लिटरेशन थिंग हैज कम अप। सो दिस, सो न, सो दे लाइक न, अभी मुझे एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं है, बट मोस्टली न इज लाइक दिस, न इज लाइक दिस एंड न इज लाइक दिस। हाँ, ये मैंने बोला ना, ये इधर उधर थोड़ा हो सकता है, मुझे भी इतना याद नहीं है, बट मोस्टली ऐसे ही है, ठीक, दैट्स वाई ये है ना, ये देखो ये ऐसे वेव, तो ये वर्ड बेसिकली ज्ञान का ऐसे यही से आया है, पहले वर्ड ऐसे ही था ज्ञान, तो दैट्स वाई, बट ये क्योंकि ये वाला हो गया तो उन्होंने जे ऐड कर दिया, ये दिस इज क्लोज टू दिस ज्ञान, द वर्ड ज्ञान इज क्लोज टू दिस न, so that's why yeah. Sharan, yes, Nava Sharan, no, see, now normally your name is written like this, Nava, this is okay, how would you write it in this thing, na va, sh नहीं लिखना है, sh r and na, ये वाला, no, this is your now, Nava Sharana, and that too here it is simple na and va, so no need to do anything, sh r na, ठीक, that's why in this thing आप देखा होगा, how would you write वैशेषिका, ऐसे ही है ना, या श इधर है, विशेष कैसे लिखते हैं हम, हाँ ऐसे ही तो लिखते हैं विशेष ना, या ऐसे लिखते हैं विशेष, पहला ही सही है ना, हाँ, तो वही, फिर ये श आएगा, शे हो जाएगा, ये नॉट जस्ट स तो ये हो गया, ये श हो गया, वैशे, फिर ये श अलग आएगा तो इसलिए शी, फिर ये दूसरी अगर है तो ऐसे हो जाएगा, बट दूसरी नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से, वैशेषिका, एंड दैट्स व्हाई when you will read, you will be habitual of reading it वैशेषिक, अब देखना जैसे जैसे आप पढ़ोगे ना वैशेषिक पढ़ोगे उसको, क्योंकि हमें आदत नहीं है, वो एसएच नहीं है तो हम उसको स बोलते हैं, जैसे चारवाक, च के लिए शब्द है सी, नॉट सी एच, तो चारवाक कैसे लिखेंगे, चारवाक, तो ये चारवाक नहीं है, चारवाक, आपको कोई इतना चिंता नहीं करनी है, ये बस आपकी जानकारी के लिए भी था, प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी, जहां जहां वहां लिख लो, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, तो हमें ऐसे लिखना है चारवाक, कोई इनफैक्ट मैं तो बोलता हूं आप ऐसे भी लिखो, समझ में आ जाएगा। ये च जो है, ठीक है, चारवाक या CHR चारवाक। शंकर, आप शंकर लिख बोलते, शंकरा बोलते लोग, शंकरा, शंकरा नहीं है वो, शंकर है, बट ये जो यश है ये वाला है शंकर। कहाँ नीचे लगा है? अरे नहीं, डैश नहीं था वो, मैं आपको सी बता रहा था बस। चारवाक, सी ऐसे लिख सकते। हाँ, सी के ऊपर नहीं होता ना वो, सी के ऊपर कैसे होगा डैश? वो ऐसे होता है, आई के ऊपर होता है। हाँ, क्योंकि वो चित्त है ना, प्रोनाउंसिएशन उसको जैसे भी उनको करना होगा, चित्त, ची लंबा है इसलिए हो गया। जैसे नाम रूप है, नाम रूप, रूप नहीं है, रूप है, दूसरा है ना, दीर्घ है इसलिए बार लग गया। सो जो भी आ है, ई है, ऊ है, बार लग जाता है लंबा। जैसे चित्त भूमि कैसे लिखते हैं, देखो, चित्त भूमि। नॉर्मली हम लेकिन ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, चित्त भूमि, कोई इशू नहीं है, समझ में आ जाता है उनको। बट इफ यू आर क्लोजर टू इट, इट्स बेटर, राइट? सो दैट डाउट इज क्लियर नाउ। So we were here, ठीक है। Now there are basically, okay, someone came and told that only valid source is pratyaksh, that is perception, that is whatever my five senses are telling me is true, rest all नहीं मानता। This is like see, hear, taste, touch and smell. Yes, whatever these five fellows are telling me, agar this mango is fragrant and sweet to me, it is sweet to me, that's all, nothing else is going to tell me. So perception is the only praman. समझ में आया? So the way the valid source, the knowledge that is coming out of perception, sense perception for that matter, is the only valid thing. This is one way, or there is one person who talks like this, but perception becomes valid. Yes or no? You are using it now. Again, your question of error, we'll discuss it later, because now you are looking at me, I am asking you, or I am doing something. How are you knowing it? Through your eyes, your perception, right? You're getting the point. So perception is certainly a valid source of knowledge, because in fact 80% of our knowledge is perception. Somebody tells you, is it raining outside? So you want to go and check, you will go and see, nahi, barish to nahi ho rahi hai. So you relied on perception. प्रत्यक्ष, the name प्रत्यक्ष is also, प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की क्या जरूरत, ऐसे बोलते हैं नॉर्मली, यू नो, कि हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या बोलते हैं ना, कि आईने में थोड़ी देखने की जरूरत है, सामने तो दिख रहा है हाथ। हाँ, अगर इधर कहीं लगा होता या कान में कुछ पहना है तो आईने में देखना पड़ेगा, जो आंखों के सामने उसको क्या। तो प्रत्यक्ष मीन्स our technical definition is whatever information that senses are providing to you, that is perception. So one of the source of valid knowledge, one of the pramana is pratyaksha pramana. Any doubt here? Pratyaksha is praman, you use it daily. Second is called anuman. What is anuman? Inference. So pratyaksha is perception, anuman is inference. What is the inference? Simple. बाहर गए, जैसे नॉर्मली, डोंट थिंक लाइक वेरी इंटेलेक्चुअल नॉलेज, सिंपल, अभी क्लास वास खत्म हो गया, भूख लगी है, ठीक है, 1:30 बज गए, नीचे गए, अरे बारिश हो गई, छाता ही भूल गया मैं। या फिर बाहर गए और बारिश तो नहीं है, ठीक है, छाता आप लेके आए थे, बारिश होगी करके, ये बेटर एग्जांपल है. ओके, व्हेन यू गोइंग आउट, यू expecting, because yesterday or day before yesterday also it rained, so you came with umbrella. Now you go out, you see that just before बारिश खत्म हुई है, फालतू का लेके आ गया मैं, unnecessarily I got the umbrella because before class ends the rain finished. How do you know that it was raining? Are you able to see it now? How are you concluding that थोड़ी देर पहले यहाँ बारिश हुई है? How are you concluding that just some time before it was raining? Because you could see the water on the road and the whole field. Maybe some smell is coming, some vision is coming, some cold touch is coming. It was raining for sure. Inference. मान के चलो यहाँ पे हम हैं, क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल, एंड यहाँ से धुआं आने लगा. व्हाट वुड यू डू? धुआं आ रहा है मतलब कुछ तो जल रहा है वहां, या तो शॉर्ट सर्किट हुआ है, या देयर इज some fire, and fire is dangerous because you are in close this thing. Have you seen fire? No. But because the smoke is coming, पक्का वहां पे fire है, निकलो यहाँ से. Inference. Right? Or on the basis of expression also sometimes, like some Socrates and Darshan, they were talking. Suddenly, imagine they stop getting my voice. But on the basis of my expression, they will infer something. Some inference. So point is, inference is also a valid source of knowledge. Now again I am telling you, it may go wrong, that's debate later. But inference is also a valid source of knowledge. Right? कोई डाउट इसमें? Inference का classic example is smoke and fire. ठीक? Third, comparison. What is the word for that? उपमान, sorry. Comparison बोल के उपमान बोल. Comparison. So many times this happens to you, that when you see something or some person, you realize that this particular thing is like that thing. ये मुझे पता नहीं क्या है, बट ये दिख तो रहा है मुझे अंगूर जैसा. ये मुझे, maybe I don't know this, but this looks like melon to me. It's not watermelon, but some melon. Knowledge, something is added to your knowledge. What is that addition? That addition is because of the comparison. So you compare the similarity and things. Detailing, we'll see it later. I'm just saying in general. So you compare and also you know. Yes, most of the time we use this. Like when you compare two things, that also adds to your knowledge. Something is smaller than this, something is longer than this, that is also happen to comparison. So comparison is also one way of valid source of knowledge. That is upaman. ठीक? कोई डाउट अभी तक? ये बार बार रिपीट होगा, डोंट वरी. 4, सबसे इजी, दैट इज शब्द. नो, यहां पे शब्द कैसे लिखेंगे फिर? शब्द, दैट इज टेस्टिमोनी और वर्ड्स. आइंस्टाइन ने बोल दिया तो बोल दिया. हैव यू सीन ब्लैक होल? डू यू नो देयर इज ब्लैक होल? If required, you live your life accordingly. Now it doesn't impact much, but would you still consider that part of your knowledge? If I am a trustable person, okay, who has lived in old Rajendra, who tells you something, Arey, that particular shop you don't go, अच्छा नहीं है, and you trust me, and you accordingly do that. So it added to your knowledge that this particular shop has some problem. Who gave this knowledge? Somebody's words. Upanishads tells you that there is Brahm. Yes or no? तो ब्रह्म है. उपनिषद ने बोल दिया. टेस्टिमनी. He comes from outside and tells me, sir, it's raining very heavily. Okay, because of his words, I get to know something. So testimony of someone, shabd of someone can be part of my, is also valid source of knowledge. Now you may ask, okay, but what if the person is lying? That's another story. तो वो तो एरर तो हर जगह आ सकता है, लेकिन ये भी एक सोर्स है ना, डिफरेंट सोर्स है. ओके, बाय द वे, वैलिड, इंडिपेंडेंट एंड वैलिड. What you understand from testimony cannot be understood by these. It's something new. That's why independent. Like whatever you understand for perception. Like for example, the knowledge that I got that outside it's raining heavily. Maybe I'm able to hear something, some noise little bit, but I have not seen it or I have not clearly concluded it. But he comes and tells me, then it becomes knowledge. So pratyaksh is, that particular knowledge is not coming from pratyaksh to me. This is something independent of, without pratyaksh also I am able to confirm that it's raining because of his words. Again I am telling you, whether he is lying or not, it's not questioned now. Mostly because our life works like this, isn't it? If somebody tells you something, don't you believe that? Unless the person is really not useless with respect to trust. Little bit trustable, you trust. That's how we conduct our life. If tomorrow I tell you that tomorrow class is cancelled, for example, would you believe or not? Or tomorrow there are 2 classes. Be prepared. Khana kha ke aa jana, for example. Would you believe it or not? Why? Authority, trust, reliability. So reliable person ka testimony is also a valid source of knowledge. Reliable person, not every random person. That is for sure. Now there are 2 more very atrangi types of this thing, source of valid knowledge. Difficult to pronounce also to some extent initially. First is called arthapatti. Okay. And second is called anupalabdhi. Artha, apatti. अर्थ इज मीनिंग, आपत्ति समस्या. ठीक है, इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है. अनुपलब्धि मीन्स उपलब्ध नहीं होने के रिलेटेड कुछ बोल रहा है. इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है. उपलब्धि इज अवेलेबल होना. नाउ अर्थपत्ति मीन्स postulation. Postulate, we'll come to it. How? Postulation means something that you are deriving out of something else. कैसे बताएंगे? And अनुपलब्धि is non perception और नॉन एप्रहेंशन, जैसे भी वर्ड नॉन परसेप्शन. अभी मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. ओके, आर यू एबल टू गेस एनीथिंग? यहां तक तो समझ में आ रहा है, ये नॉर्मल लग रहे हैं, ये थोड़ा सा अतरंगी लग रहे हैं. लाइक व्हाई? सो व्हाट इज अर्थपत्ति? एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? पोस्टुलेशन मीन्स this is very specific kinds of cases, and the classical examples also given by them. Number 1, there is this example in the books also, and arthapatti, it's very difficult to create any example because it's a very specific case. So the example is that of Mr. Devdutt. The same word is used in the ancient texts also. So Devdutt is fasting in the day, every day. You are able to see it, khana hi nahi khata. But Devdutt is growing fat. Kaise? Now both, please try to understand, both the perceptions are true. Getting the point? Both the perceptions are true, but they are not able to reconcile with each other. So the conclusion is Devdutt must be eating in the night. Right? लाइक आप यहाँ पे किसी के रूममेट है ORM में, यू नो माई रूममेट डजंट नो स्लीप फुल नाइट, सोता ही नहीं है, बस दिन भर तो लाइब्रेरी में पढ़ने जाता है, पक्का लाइब्रेरी में सो रहा होगा। कंफर्म करेंगे अब जाके वो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे भी है, बट इफ कंसिस्टेंटली दैट हैपेंस फॉर मेनी डेज, फॉर श्योर ही वुड बी स्लीपिंग लाइब्रेरी or in the class, because we know that sleeping is a natural requirement of the body. So if something is some two non reconciliatory terms happening, yes Darshan, perfect, Devdatti is fat, Devdatta does not eat in the day, so Devdatti eats in the night. So it is artha apatti, means two facts that cannot be reconciled creates the apatti of meaning, कि इससे क्या meaning निकाले, एंड उस मीनिंग से जो नॉलेज निकलता है जो अदरवाइज पॉसिबल नहीं है। यू हैव नॉट सीन हिम ईटिंग इन द नाइट, नो, यू हैव नॉट, somebody told you, no, you are not inferred here, it's not inference also, because why, that technically we'll see कि वो क्यों inference नहीं है, जस्ट अभी, क्योंकि ये चीज जो अभी मैं अभी समझा रहा हूं वो एक एक के लिए दो दो क्लास लगेंगे, इतना डिटेल्ड है। परसेप्शन विल टेक 2, inference will take 4, 5, 10 classes if throughout, if you see. So first Charvak will say something, Nyay will say something, confusion and all that, and there are technical terms also, but मोटा मोटा समझ में आ रहा है। अनुपलब्धि is very simple, यहां पे जैसे there is no water bottle on the table, that knowledge of not existence is also new knowledge, no? जैसे imagine 11, like it's already 11:15, you are late, you came in, you open the door and I am not there, is it knowledge, isn't it knowledge for you? अरे सर कैसे नहीं है क्लास, my non-existence in the, I might have gone to the washroom or some other work for 1 minute, but in that 1 minute only you came, so what happened, you experienced or perceived my non-existence, and isn't it a knowledge to you? Oh, this is a new thing for me. So, and that detail again, we would say that whenever the particular thing is supposed to be that particular place not present, and through that if you get some knowledge, is non-perception, it is called. No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, relax. Non-perception. So basically what happened, when you came into the class, I mean just came into the class, you expected me to be there, not there, okay, you just go out and come back and you see that your bag is not there, isn't it a knowledge that my bag is not there is also knowledge? My bag is there is a perceptional knowledge, but my bag is not there is, it's not perception, because you are not had perception of bag, how are you talking about bag? So it's a new kind of knowledge, that is anupalabdhi, that is knowledge by non-perception. समझ में आ रहा है? कुछ डाउट अभी तक? अभी as I said, everything would be discussed in detail one by one later, right? So this is all is theory of praman, and there are many other stuffs, but basically just broadly मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ। स्वतः प्रामाण्यवाद, परत प्रामाण्यवाद, ख्यातिवाद, अख्यातिवाद, like these terms one by one, if you understand, remember, revise, Indian philosophy is over. The only thing is understand, remember, both the things. Let's come to the next thing, theory of, what is the metaphysical root of Indian philosophy? We discussed theory of just discuss, no? This we discuss now. Now that is Karya Karan Mimamsa. Now what is Karya Karan Mimamsa they are doing? They are doing some Mimamsa about Karya and Karan. Mimamsa is thinking, deliberation. So basic question that they always want to discuss on this is, or does effect, please pay attention, effect pre-exist in cause is the question they will always try to answer. Sir, it means Anuplabdhi comes after Pratyaksha. No. It is, that's the debate we will see one by one. Anuplabdhi Pratyaksha se kaise connected hai. You see that there is no bag. But you are not seeing the bag. So there is no perception of the bag. So it's a different category altogether. Okay. Okay. Does effect pre-exist in cause? ये एक सवाल है. जैसे सिंपल, क्या कर्ड जो है ऑलरेडी मिल्क में है, या फिर ऐसे कर सकते हैं, जो मिल्क से कर्ड बन जाता है, क्या वो ऑलरेडी मिल्क में था? ये सवाल है. या फिर आटा, फ्लोर. फ्लोर मीन्स, बट पहले ऐसे होगा ना, सॉरी, व्हीट एंड फ्लोर, और क्ले एंड पॉट. यस, कॉज एंड इफेक्ट है. तो क्या फ्लोर ऑलरेडी व्हीट में था, पॉट ऑलरेडी क्ले में था? ये सवाल है. समझ में आ रहा है? बेसिकली मटेरियल कॉज वो भी देखेंगे अब, मटेरियल कॉज क्या है, इफिशिएंट कॉज क्या है, वो भी देखेंगे. सो क्या कर्ड ऑलरेडी मिल्क में है, क्या फ्लोर ऑलरेडी व्हीट में है, क्या पॉट ऑलरेडी क्ले में है, क्या ऑयल ऑलरेडी तिल में है? ये सवाल है. एंड आई मीन मटेरियल एस्पेक्ट वाइज, बिकॉज कॉज के भी टाइप्स हैं, वो बाद में देखेंगे हम, मटेरियल कॉज, इफिशिएंट कॉज एंड ऑल दैट. एनीवे, सो इसका आंसर जो पॉजिटिवली देते हैं, यस, दैट इफेक्ट इज ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट इन कॉज. दे आर कॉल्ड सत्कार्यवाद. दैट थियरी इज कॉल्ड सत्कार्यवाद. जो उसके नेगेटिव आंसर देते हैं उसको बोलते हैं असत्कार्यवाद. एंड इस पूरी थियरी को भी नहीं मानते, वो है स्वभाववाद. Like somebody who basically they are not part of this question, but they reject theory of causation only. Cause and effect करके कुछ होता ही नहीं है. कौन होगा वो? गेस करो. चार कॉज इफेक्ट कुछ नहीं, बिकॉज दे हैव टू एस्टेब्लिश दैट कुछ भी कर्म करो, कोई फल वल कुछ नहीं, जो भी करना है करो, कॉज एंड इफेक्ट कुछ होता ही नहीं है. ओके, दिस इज द वे. स्लोली व्हेन you are able to logically connect, easy to remember also. Okay, so अभी के लिए स्वभाववाद आप भूल जाओ, बाद में हम उस पर बात करेंगे जब चार बात डिस्कस करेंगे. But this question, because it's very technically loaded question, that does effect pre-exist in cause. ठीक. Now स्वभाववाद, नेचुरल इंक्लिनेशन, हाँ वही मतलब है उसका, जो हम स्वभाव नॉर्मली बोलते हैं, वही मतलब है. कोई भी चीज अपने स्वभाव से उसका कोई कॉज एंड इफेक्ट नहीं है, बस वैसे होता है, दैट्स ऑल. So the point is, the seed is getting into the tree is again having more seeds. There is no cause and effect connection. It's just a process. स्वभाव से हो रहा है. You don't see that ये इसका cause है, वो उसका effect, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, बस हो रहा है. स्वभाववाद है. ठीक है, ये वेस्टर्न में भी फिर बाद में ह्यूम वगैरह बोलेगा, बट ठीक है, वो धीरे धीरे देखेंगे. तो असत्कार्यवाद is basically what न्याय came up with, and this satkaryavad is basically this Sankhya came up with. बस इतना याद रखो, वो बाद में देख लेंगे. फिर सत्कार्यवाद में भी 2-3 टाइप है कि जैसे कर्ड इज प्रेजेंट इन द मिल्क, करेक्ट, और कर्ड इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ द मिल्क, वो पहले से ही उसमें है, ओके, बट उसका मिल्क टू कर्ड प्रोसेस पे थोड़ा डिबेट है. तो इसमें दो दो घड़े बन गए, दो धड़े बन गए. एक ने बोला कि वो कंप्लीट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है, परिणामवाद. ये हम बार बार भी पढ़ेंगे बाद में, डोंट वरी, आज जितना. एंड तीसरा है नो, मिल्क इज नॉट ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इनटू द कर्ड, मिल्क इज जस्ट अपीयरिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू एज अ कर्ड. वो कैसे क्या देखेंगे, मतलब वो मिल्क का एग्जांपल नहीं देता, एग्जांपल कुछ और देता, जैसे स्नेक एंड रोप. सो इज रोप रीजन फॉर द कॉज बिहाइंड द स्नेक, बट इज दैट रोप बिकमिंग इटसेल्फ इनटू स्नेक? रोप तो रोप ही रह रहे हैं. इट्स जस्ट अपीयरिंग टू यू, प्रोजेक्टिंग इटसेल्फ टू यू एज अ स्नेक, है तो वो रोपी. तो इट इज कॉल्ड विवर्तवाद. विवर्त मीन्स प्रोजेक्शन, विवर्तवाद मीन्स प्रोजेक्शनवाद. इतना याद रखिए, बाकी देखेंगे. परिणामवाद में भी और 2 टाइप है, वो बाद में देखेंगे, इतना कुछ नहीं, मतलब वो यही लास्ट है, डोंट वरी. प्रकृति परिणामवाद एंड ब्रह्म परिणामवाद, बट वो स्पेसिफिक स्कूल से है, इसलिए अभी देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. असत्कार्यवाद में भी 2 टाइप है. आरंभवाद, व्हाट इज आरंभ मीनिंग? स्टार्ट. सो एवरी इफेक्ट इज अ न्यू बिगिनिंग, सो देयर इज नो इंपैक्ट ऑन कॉज. कॉज एंड इफेक्ट है, लेकिन इफेक्ट कोई डिपेंडेंट नहीं, वो न्यू बिगिनिंग है अपने आप. ठीक. एंड दूसरा है प्रत्युत्त समुत्पादवाद. वो बस याद रखना, प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद, ये बुद्धिस्ट टर्म है. प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद अकेले बुद्धिस्ट ने ही उसको अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया है. हर बार बुद्धिस्ट आता है तो प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद आता है, प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद आता है, बुद्धिस्ट आता है. विदाउट प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद नो बुद्धिज्म, विदाउट बुद्धिज्म देयर इज नो प्रत्युत्त. ठीक. प्रत्युत्त समुत्पादवाद, डिपेंडेंट ओरिजिनेशन मींस, यस, व्हाट दे ट्राई टू डू इज, सत्कार्यवाद भी नहीं है, असत्कार्यवाद भी नहीं है. मींस द इफेक्ट is neither completely dependent on cause or neither completely new thing. I mean, initially these fellows are saying effect was already present in the cause. जैसे ऑयल तिल के अंदर पहले ही था, नहीं तो नहीं, कहां से आता, नहीं था ही नहीं. दे आर सेइंग नो, इफेक्ट इज कंप्लीटली न्यू बिगिनिंग. जैसे घड़ा, क्ले में घड़ा होता तो क्ले में ही पानी भर के रखते, फिर घड़े में पानी क्यों भर रहे हो? क्ले में कोई घड़ा नहीं था, वो बनाया गया किसी ने. अगर इफ देयर वाज अ पॉट इन द क्ले ऑलरेडी, देन व्हाट डिड पॉटर डू फॉर होल डे? वो बैठ के जो कर रहा था, व्हाट वाज ही डूइंग एक्चुअली? so that is their logic. Their logic is different example, that the जो potential unpotentiality actuality वो भी concept है. It was already there, that unless it is already there, how would somebody create it? Now इन दोनों के मिडल पाथ लेके आएंगे, प्रत्युत्त समुत्पादवाद, theory of dependent origination. ओरिजिनेशन तो है जैसे आरंभवाद, बट डिपेंडेंट भी है जैसे. सो इफेक्ट इज ओरिजिनेशन प्लस डिपेंडेंट ऑन कॉज, बोथ द थिंग्स, मिडल पाथ. हाँ, क्योंकि आरंभवाद एंड प्रत्युत्त समुत्पाद, असी असत्कार्यवाद मीन्स somebody says who that this question is negative, that is, does effect pre-exist in cause? Yes, ये भी बोलते कि no, they doesn't pre-exist in cause, that's why they are under C. फिर से बताऊं, क्वेश्चन के आंसर के ऊपर है। नो नो, प्री एग्जिस्ट तो वो बोलते करती ही नहीं है, डिपेंडेंट है, प्री एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता। प्री एग्जिस्ट मीन्स पहले से उसके अंदर, जैसे पॉइंट इज द ऑयल बीइंग ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट इन सीसम और ग्राउंड नट और मस्टर्ड व्हाटएवर। So point is the question that whether it pre-exists, the answer is negative. So असत कार्यवाद. So आरंभवाद, प्रतीत समत्वाद both say that no, it doesn't pre-exist. It is just dependent on it. That's why प्रतीत समत्वाद is under असत कार्यवाद. ठीक? आरंभवाद is completely new, like not dependent, not involved. Completely every effect is a न्यू बिगिनिंग। ये क्वेश्चन एज इट इज आया हुआ है, एवरी इफेक्ट इज अ न्यू बिगिनिंग, यू नो, एक्सप्लेन द टर्मिनोलॉजी अकॉर्डिंग टू आरंभवाद और अकॉर्डिंग टू न्याय स्कूल ऑफ फिलोसफी। ठीक, कुछ डाउट है? तो ब्रॉडली बाकी सोल वो सब चीज भी हैं, वो देखेंगे हम। और कुछ डाउट है तो पूछिए, आज के लिए तो इतना ही है। कुछ टर्म्स लेट अस सी, विल ट्राई टू डू टुमारो आल्सो टू सम टर्म्स। ठीक है, धीरे धीरे जाएंगे, और कुछ भी डाउट हो आपको तो भी पूछ सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट 2 minutes because these fellows take more time to their valid source of knowledge is slow, YouTube, so it takes time. कुछ क्वेश्चन है आपको? कुछ क्वेश्चन है? हाँ, कुछ भी हो क्वेश्चन कि नहीं चल रहा है अभी। एनलाइटनमेंट को फ्रॉम वेयर टू स्टडी अबाउट टुडे, आज के लिए कुछ नहीं, दत्तन चटर्जी पढ़ लो इफ यू वांट, जैसे मेरे को ना दत्तन चटर्जी थोड़ा पढ़ लो, नोट्स आपको मिल जाएंगे, क्योंकि अभी तक सिलेबस ऐसे शुरू ही नहीं किया ना। इनफैक्ट आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग कि और भी क्वेश्चंस आप एकदम बेसिक सवाल भी पूछ लो, कोई इशू नहीं है, हम आराम से सिलेबस कर लेंगे, सिलेबस तो कोई लोड नहीं है। तो आज के लिए कुछ एज सच पढ़ना नहीं है, बस आप जितना पढ़ा है उतना समझ लो, बिकॉज दिस इज इंट्रोडक्टरी क्लास। इवन टुमारो ऑल्सो सम पार्ट वुड बी इंट्रोडक्टरी ओनली, लेट अस सी। ज्यादा उसमें आपके डाउट्स, इनफैक्ट इनिशियल डाउट्स हैं, टर्म्स, तो वो ज्यादा पूछ लो। ठीक है, तो दत्तन चटर्जी पढ़ लो, ही इज आस्किंग फ्रॉम वेयर, दत्तन चटर्जी पढ़ लो, दैट विल बी नाउ। यस, यू आर आस्किंग समथिंग। एग्जैक्टली, नाउ ये है, मतलब हम कहाँ रखते हैं उसमें इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, बिकॉज हमें वो नॉलेज हुआ भी नहीं है। सो बट मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंकर्स जो हम पढ़ेंगे, ओके, अगर इन्हीं में से कहीं रखना है तो कहाँ रखोगे? जस्ट थिंक। परसेप्शन आप कहाँ रखेंगे? the knowledge that you get after enlightenment, the knowledge of Brahm, the knowledge of Nirvana, वो मोटा मोटा इनमें से कहाँ रखेंगे? सही हो सकता है, गलत हो सकता है, वो कोई इशू नहीं है। ओके, परसेप्शन, व्हाट अबाउट दर्शन एंड अदर्स? बिकॉज उसका तो नाम ही दर्शन है। नवशरण कहाँ रखेंगे? हाँ, हो सकता है, कहाँ रखेंगे? नॉलेज लाइक निर्वाण एंड ऑल दैट काइंड ऑफ नॉलेज कहाँ रखेंगे? ओके, ठीक है, दर्शन बोला कि इन्फ्रेंस में रखेंगे। ओके, सिद्धार्थ कहाँ रखेंगे? ओके, अनुमान, ठीक है, इन्होंने अनुमान, मुकेश ने भी अनुमान बोला। ओके, बिकॉज सम पीपल हु ऑलरेडी नो लिटिल बिट, सो ये परसेप्शन में ही आता है। बट आपका योर पॉइंट इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट। द ओनली एडिशन टू दिस इज इन इंडियन, when we say perception, So we don't consider only 5 senses. We have 6 senses, and 6 senses manas or mana. If wherever there is smoke, there is fire. This particular chair is having smoke, means there would be some fire in the chair. So inference है. कंपैरिजन के लिए कुछ दूसरी चीज है ही नहीं हमारे पास. हाँ, शब्द से भी हो सकता है, लेकिन फिर वो नॉलेज नहीं है, वो बस इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगी कि ऐसा भ्रम है. ओके, बट वो एक्सपीरियंशियल नॉलेज आपने पूछा तो वो नहीं होगा. यानी इन दोनों का तो कोई सीन ही नहीं है उसमें. तो परसेप्शन के अंदर एक एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी परसेप्शन होता है, इंटरनल टाइप ऑफ परसेप्शन होता है, उसी में वो आता है. वो देखेंगे हम कैसे, कौन उसको कैसे कैटेगराइज करता है. बिकॉज ये थ्योरी ऑफ प्रमाण हम पढ़ेंगे जब न्याय पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत डिटेल में काम किया है. और थ्योरी ऑफ कॉजेशन पढ़ेंगे जब सांख्य पढ़ेंगे, जब उन्होंने बहुत डिटेल में किया. बाकी उन्हें उन्हीं के कंटेक्स्ट में रिस्पॉन्ड किया हुआ है. ठीक है, और कुछ डाउट है? No, the point is deity means something, it's a entity which you use as a sadhana, instrument for your spiritual. ये इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में यूज होता है. जो हमारे कुल देवत होते हैं, कुछ पर्टिकुलर पर्टिकुलर ट्रेडिशन में एक पर्टिकुलर, कभी कभी एनिमल का स्टेच्यू यूज होता है, उसको भी वो भगवान नहीं होता, वो डेटी देवा होता है. देवा इज नॉट भगवान और गॉड. ठीक है, देवा इज डीटी, मीन्स समथिंग दैट सपोर्ट्स, फैसिलिटेट्स योर स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी. जैसे सामने रख के कॉन्सेंट्रेट करने के लिए, वो डीटी होता है. शिवलिंग इज ऑल्सो डीटी. It's an instrument, it's a place, it's a sacred instrument for your spiritual growth. God is considered to be somebody sitting and planning everything. That is the concept, creator, sustainer and destroyer of the God. Deity is not. Deity at the max it would be some manifestation, एक रूप, उस पर्टिकुलर रूप में हम उस गॉड को ही देखते हैं. वो फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन में फिर से हम पढ़ेंगे, एकम सत, जो हम बोलते हैं ना, एकम सत विप्रह बहुधा वदन्ति, मीन्स truth is one, means God is one, but there is no problem in worshipping in different ways. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? हम करते हैं डिफरेंट वेज में वर्शिप. उस तरीके से उसको देखा है. ठीक है, वो पेपर 2 में ज्यादा डीटी वर्ड इधर आएगा भी नहीं, देवा वर्ड भी नहीं आएगा, वो बस समझने के लिए मैंने बोला, सो दैट यू शुड नॉट. गॉड मीन्स ईश्वर. ईश मीन्स somebody, the moment you use word God or Ishwar, immediately your conception should be theistic. Theistic means creator, sustainer, destroyer. Somebody can make my life better, somebody can listen to my prayers, somebody can bless me. अल्टीमेट रियलिटी वहां पे हो भी सकती, नहीं भी हो सकती, मुद्दा. एंड मोस्टली पर्सनलिस्टिक गॉड, मीन्स गॉड एज अ पर्सन, नॉट गॉड एज सम रियलिटी. वो भी अलग अलग परसेप्शन है. ये पेपर 2 की बात है, नोशंस ऑफ गॉड. देखा होगा सिलेबस का फर्स्ट पॉइंट, एंड इट्स रिलेशन विद मैन इन द वर्ल्ड. तो ये नोशंस है. नोशन थीस्टिक है, डीस्टिक है, ठीक है, या फिर वो नोशन पर्सनलिस्टिक है, उस पे आता है. Will there be fire if there is a fire in the forest and no one is there to see it? ये तो फिर उसका क्वेश्चन हो गया. There is, like for example, there is some fire. Imagine करो, there is some fire going on in Amazon, but nobody is to see it. So does that fire exist? That's what he is saying. So the moment you are saying that there is fire, somebody has seen it only. Otherwise, how would you know? So, and you are saying, no, logically I can see that something can happen without you knowing. So inference may also, by inference also you are knowing that fire is happening. Sir, in Ishwarvadi or Nirishwarvadi, does Ishwar means God, Shiva? No, Ishwar means God, creator, sustainer, destroyer. Okay, theistic. Okay, not Shiva only, God. Shiva and all these are different roots. वैसे तो if you see in India, the speciality is every other God for that particular bhakt is the highest God. उसमें कोई problem थोड़ी. The concept of God we are talking about, not roop. Okay, when we talk about, like for example, we are talking about the general term called, for example, pen. There could be fountain pen, ball pen, some this pen, blue pen. That's a different. है तो वो pen नहीं. तो पेन इज दैट सामान्य. सामान्य मीन्स जनरल टर्म. So in that context, God means a philosophical term. God. You have a feeling of or inclination of something called God. Whether that exists or not exists, देखते हैं हम, कल देखेंगे. God है नहीं है, इस तरीके से थोड़ा देखते हैं कल. ठीक, चलिए. कुछ कल का भी आई थिंक यूट्यूब पे ही होगा फॉर द ऑनलाइन फेलोज आई एम टेलिंग. तो कल का भी मोस्ट लाइकली, मुझे मैं कंफर्म करता हूँ, बट 99% वही है, मैंने तो वही बोला हुआ है. So tomorrow also will be on YouTube. चलिए, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.